Melton is absent for roll call. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Here. Please rise for remarks in the pledge by Councilmember Melton. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So Councilmember Melton informed me she might be a few minutes late to our meeting today, so I'll just handle our opening remarks. And I'll just observe that some folks have asked why our flags are at half staff today. It's here at City Hall, and that's because of the fatality we had in the State Patrol. Ross Bartlett was killed near Ceresco over the weekend in a traffic accident. So in commemoration of him and his family and his service to our state.
An affidavit of publication is on file for the pre-council and city council meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of legislative chambers.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Omaha City Council. We appreciate having you here and look forward to hearing your testimony on our items. I want to encourage you to turn your cell phones off, or at least to vibrate. I also want to observe that we do have closed captioning available for those that maybe have a hard time of hearing our operations today or our remarks. Back on our screen to the back of the room there. And we also have listening devices that can be used for those that may need them at the request of the city clerk here at the front desk. Madam Clerk. Council members, without objection, we'll move up item number 101, which is a veto message from and potential override from Mayor Stoddart. Seeing no objection, we'll start with number 101.
Item 101 is the mayor's veto on ordinance 43768 as amended regarding parking.
Councilman Hug, you're recognized.
Thank you, President. This ordinance is not dead. It's moved into another phase. I look forward to working with the mayor, and from the communication I received from the mayor, she has acknowledged that she's in agreement that we do have an issue, we do have a problem that we need to address. And I'll be meeting with her in the future, and I look forward to working with her to come up with something that works for everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. I do not believe we have a motion to override the veto. So unless there is a motion to override the veto stands. And this item is dispensed of, correct, Madam Clerk? Thank you. The mayor's veto stands. Next item, please.
Item 6, to consider a Class C liquor license for Hot Pot 88 Asian Cuisine located at 2502 South 130th Avenue.
Public hearing and vote on number 6 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents?
They should be here.
I'm not going to close. Oh, please come down. Yes. You must be. Are you the applicant?
Yeah.
Yes. Your name and address, please.
My name is In Chun Jiang, and the address 2502 South 130th Avenue.
Great.
Okay.
Here to answer questions? Just here to answer questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there are any? Yeah. Are there any opponents to number 6? Seeing none, public hearing's closed. There's a motion to approve in a second. Roll call.
Johnson. Melton is absent. Rowe.
Yes.
Bagley.
Aye.
Harding.
Yes.
Hug.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Item 7, to consider a Class D liquor license for NP Mart 25 located at 5215 North 16th Street.
Public hearing and vote on number 7 is today. Proponents, please.
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the council. My name is David Houghton, 2804 South 87th Ave, Omaha, Nebraska 68124. I'm here on behalf of the applicant Cadan Petroleum LLC, which will be doing business as NP Mart 25. The proposed location is at 5215 North 16th Street. There's currently a liquor license with the owner. My client will be acquiring the property. He's also the landlord, so I guess he owns the property. He'll be acquiring the business. So what we're here today on is a Class D liquor license. NP Mart intends to make a $600,000 to $700,000 capital investment in the building, expand its physical footprint by about 800 square feet, and that construction will begin once he has approval from the city on the plans, which I'm told have been made or will be submitted soon. If members of the council have any questions about the liquor license applicant, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Yes, Mr. President, motion to approve?
There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson.
Yes.
Melton is absent. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 8, to consider a liquor license change of location application for Attitude on Food to locate 27758 Cass Street.
Public hearing and vote on number 8 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Rosemary Appridge. I'm Director of Operations for Attitude on Food. Current address is 2405 N Street, Omaha, relocating to 7758 Cass Street, Omaha.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Council members, this isn't my district. I would be supportive if someone wants to make the motion and waive Rule 7, right?
Motion to support and waive rule number 7.
Motion is second. Now for the lights, roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Items 9 through 12 can be considered together for Calarosa, located northeast of 216th Street and Mount Michael Road. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Items 9 and 10, ordinances to rezone this property from AG District to DR District and R4 District. Item 11, a resolution to approve the final plat. Item 12, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement.
Public hearing and vote on items 9 through 12 are today. Proponents, please.
Hi, I'm Kyle Hazy with the E&A Consulting Group, 10909 Mill Valley Road, representing the applicant. Make myself available for any questions the council may have.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Items 13 through 17 can be considered together for Roanoke Business Park, replat 4, located southwest of 120th and 4th Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Items 13 and 14, ordinances to rezone this property from DR District, GC District, and MU District to DR District and MU District. Item 15, an ordinance to approve a major amendment to mixed-use district development agreement. Item 16, a resolution to approve the final plat. Item 17, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement.
Public hearing and vote on items 13 through 17 are today. Proponents, please.
Kyle Hazy with the E&A Consulting Group, 10909 Mill Valley Road, representing the applicant, along with myself, Patrick Mohall, representing the development, is in the audience as well. We are looking at a piece of property on the southwest corner of 120th and Fort, looking to replat and amend the MU agreement. With that, I'll make myself available for any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Item 18, an ordinance to rezone property located at 13804 Fort Street from AG District to R4 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 18 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Hart, the owner at 13804 Fort Street. I'm here to answer any questions.
Okay. Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 19, an ordinance to rezone property located at 7270 Cedar Street from CC District to R8 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 19 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Mr. Harding, you're recognized.
Yes, I apologize. I meant to ask this at pre-council this morning. So Kelly, I'll ask you, if the applicant, if this is passed today, but the applicant doesn't want to perfect it or for it to go through, they can just not take it through the final steps. Is that correct?
That's correct, and the owner can also move it forward.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And your name?
Planning Department, thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Move to approve.
There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 20, an ordinance to amend the boundaries of the ACI overlay district to incorporate into that district the property located northwest of Parker Street and Military Avenue. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 20 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Items 21 and 22 can be considered together for property located at 24th and Cummings Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 21, an ordinance to rezone this property from GO District and GI District to DS District. Item 22, an ordinance to amend the boundaries of the ACI 1 overlay district to incorporate this property into that district.
Public hearing and vote on items 21 and 22 are today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Melton. Oh, she's absent. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 23, a resolution to approve a special use permit to allow daycare services in the R535 district located at 2722 North 30th Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 23 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Is there a motion? Motion a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 24, a resolution to approve a special use permit to allow custom manufacturing in the CC district located at 20109 Franklin Circle. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 24 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Dave Rowe, 20109 Franklin Circle, Elkhorn, Nebraska 68022. Just want to do some coffee making in Elkhorn, Nebraska.
Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing, first I'll do opponents. Any opponents today? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. There's a motion, a second to approve. Your dad told me to ask you a bunch of tough questions, but I decided to let you off easy.
Okay, good. Happy to restate my name if I need to.
Good luck with the new operation. Mr. Hug, you're recognized.
Pete may have left you off the hook, but
Oh, go for it.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Good luck. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's a big endeavor anytime you strike out on your own. And I wish you the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mr. Rowe.
Yeah, I want to say good luck to you, Dave. I'm going to have to abstain on this vote, as you well know, but I would like to get on the mailing list
Absolutely.
for that fresh coffee.
Delivery.
Free coffee. Maybe not free. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thank you. There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion is passed 5-0. Rowe abstains.
Yes. Congratulations.
Consent agenda. Any member of the city council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the city council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed, unless otherwise provided by the city council rules of order.
The public hearings on agenda items 25 through 34 were held on April 9th. I don't see any further lights. Is there a motion? There's a motion to approve in a second. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0.
The public hearings on agenda items 35 through 64 are today. If you wish to address the city council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself by name, address, who you represent, and if you are a proponent or an opponent. These are items 35 through 64. Seeing none, public hearings are closed. Second? There's a motion, a second to approve. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 65, an ordinance levying a special tax and assessment for sidewalks in district number SWR 2023-01. A's amendment of the whole requested by the Public Works Department.
The vote on number 65 is today. There's an amendment of the whole. I'll second. No further lights. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 66, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment for a litter removal group 2024-04. A's amendment of the whole requested by the Parks Department.
Vote on number 66 is today, also with an amendment of the whole. Motion a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 67, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment for weeds in group 2024-05. A's amendment of the whole requested by the Parks Department.
The vote on number 67 is today, also with an amendment of the whole. Motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 68, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment for weeds in group 2024-06. A's amendment of the whole requested by the Parks Department.
The vote on number 68 is today, also an amendment of the whole. Motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Johnson.
What's the question?
Number
This is for the
68.
vote.
What item?
68.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 69, a resolution to approve the reappointment of Rebecca Harding to the Benson BID.
Public hearing on vote on number 69 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Is Ms. Harding here today? So is that no?
She's not in the audience, I don't believe. No.
Was she contacted to come before us?
I spoke with her as a appointment in my district.
Okay, and so we know my stance on how these appointments should be coming before us for us to do due diligence, and they're not here. I yield to Mr. Rowe.
Move to approve. Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. I will just add to my remarks that I did contact the applicant, and this is a reappointment to the Benson Business Improvement District Board. We talked about the BID's efforts to re-energize their current board and to make sure they're capitalizing upon potential ARPA funds for a project in Benson that I think will be very valuable, and also cooperation with the Benson Creative District, which is now up and running, and I think we'll do great things together. So I'm supportive of this reappointment as well. Mr. Bagley, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. I'll also support this, and I appreciate the conversations you and I have had over the years on BIDs. And I know how much you've been working on the Benson BID as I have in Blackstone and others, so I'll be glad to support this today. Thanks.
Thank you. No further lights. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 4-1. Harding abstains. One public hearing can be held for items 70 through 72. Ordinances to approve master agreements for on-call professional services for Omaha traffic signal systems.
The public hearings on items 70 through 72 are today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearings are closed.
Non-action items, items 73 through 99, do not require public hearing or city council consideration at this meeting, but will be placed on a future agenda for public hearing and/or vote. The reason for non-action is noted after the item on the agenda, as well as the date the item is expected to appear on agenda for consideration.
Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion and a second. Roll call.
Johnson. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Meeting is adjourned at 2:21.